Good morning or afternoon, whatever it is.
Wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
I'm Monica.
And I'm Ramy.
And we are Original Intent. We're so excited to talk with you today.
The reason we decided to talk about this subject of getting breakthrough for the things you've been contending for is because it's actually what's happening to us. As we look back in life, this is the commonality to the thing of like God giving us what He's promised us. And just to start out, this is not about you fulfilling fleshly desires like getting the car you want or the boat. This is about you fulfilling the destiny that God has put in your heart, so it lines up with His values and His desires, and it's not carnal, though it doesn't exclude getting a car or a boat or financial gain. We truly do believe that God actually can bless you monetarily as well, but not exclusively, and that's not what it looks like to be a Christian necessarily. So just to start out with that disclaimer, but we love you guys and we're really excited to dive into this topic because actually this is something that I believe could move you forward today.
Yeah, today.
So
I love this.
Hi, Jose.
Whenever we look back over our lives, like my husband was saying, there's a common theme that whenever we saw breakthrough in a moment, it's because we took a risk in a moment where we made a quick decision and we went for it.
And it's something that aligns with what God has been speaking to us already, with what He's been doing. So it's like a door that opens and bam, huge action.
Yeah.
Risk.
Both of us, whenever we decided to do YWAM, we decided within a month of the school starting. And if you know anything about YWAM, that costs like $5,000 to $10,000 to do. And we raised that money in a month.
So I'm going to tell you that story of how it worked for me. So I had been thinking about doing YWAM for quite a while, but I'd been kind of like toying with the idea and looking up different DTSs, different locations, and I found this art DTS. So they teach you how to spread the gospel through art. I was pursuing pretty hardcore. I was pursuing music pretty hardcore at that point, and I really felt like, wow, this is an awesome DTS or discipleship training school. And I found out that it was starting in a month. So I got together with a mentor of mine. I talked with him. He was like, awesome, I'm going to help you raise the money. So we wrote up a newsletter. He helped me edit it, and I started sending them out. I had only gotten to like sending out like 6 newsletters, and I felt the Lord say like, stop. And that doesn't always happen to me, you know, but this is a unique time where I felt the Lord say, don't send another letter. And I believe sometimes He'll do that because He's like, I want them to know it's me, not you. So I stopped sending letters, and within the span of a month, I actually raised $10,000. Crazy. I've never done that in my life, and never since, really. When I tried to raise that kind of money.
And he didn't try. Like,
no, I was just sharing what was on my heart, and people were asking like, what are you doing? And man, when God's on something, like it can happen like this.
Like that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that it's comfortable. It like, we're talking about taking risk. Like, it can feel really uncomfortable and it can feel risky ultimately. One thing that I love, this is like one of my favorite stories in my husband's life, is whenever he overcame a porn addiction in the night. And
overnight.
And he did that. God had put in my heart, like, this is why you're struggling. This is the theme that I see. And I shared that with him. And in that moment, he took action right then and nixed that thing out of his life that was causing him to struggle. And he got freedom in a moment.
And have been free since then, which is nuts because I had been praying over and over and over again. So sometimes we're delaying God's word over our life because we're not willing to take a risk. So we're not only talking about like calling, to be honest here. We're talking about heart healing.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a person that you need to talk to,
mm-hmm.
That God's leading you to talk to? Is he telling you, trust this person that's telling you need to do this? Like for me,
mm-hmm.
My parents had been telling me, go to Celebrate Recovery. Trust these people, you'll see freedom. And once I did, it changed my life.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I mentioned this, I believe, in our last live, but something that was so liberating for me was I had this pain toward a specific person for probably 4 years, and as I was receiving life coaching, I felt like this feels scary to deal with, you know,
yeah.
I tried to just want to bless this person and forgive them and just love them, but underneath there is this underlying
Mm-hmm.
they really hurt me, and so I was feeling like, okay, I need to take a risk and confront this person and let them know how they affected my life,
mm-hmm.
how they hurt my heart. And when I did, it wasn't perfect. It was a little messy.
Right.
And there's probably things I could have done better, but in that moment, I got so liberated. I'm no longer experiencing bondage to that person, what that person had done to me in the past. I'm no longer in pain. I can
mm-hmm.
release them. And that felt risky to me, to step out and confront this person. That felt scary. And
in these things, just a caution when it comes to confronting people and reaching out to people from the past pains. It's not always safe to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Some situations there might be triggers to falling back into something. So just a caution there. Be really, really wise and cautious there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did this with the leadership of close mentors in my life.
Right, and often, sometimes we can write a letter to that person and never send it to them, and that releases us. So there's just different things with that, but that's huge. It's scary sometimes to reach out to people. It's actually almost always, and I believe that God is going to be releasing supernatural courage to actually take huge risks that are going to set you forward. Where worldly wisdom would tell you, don't pull out that debt. Don't get in debt. God might be saying, actually, take that risk. I'm going to cover you. Where he might say, don't get in debt, right? These are not black and white things. So, crazy things can happen when you're willing to do whatever it takes to see results. So sometimes you're praying when God's saying, actually prayerfully walk forward. And I believe that there's a lot of people delaying even their calling
or their healing
because they're still praying, and God's saying move, and I'm going to direct you.
Essentially, that's a Christian being in denial, because they're using prayer as this excuse. Essentially, we're not saying prayer is bad. We love prayer. We're saying that a lot of times Christians can use it as an excuse to not confront with confront the thing that they're contending for breakthrough in.
Pray and fast, yet go. Like, because you can trust the Lord to stop you if you're doing the wrong thing. And Christ is powerful within us. He's not weak. He's not afraid of us making a wrong decision, especially when we're connected to him.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I think taking risk, there can be this fear of making the wrong decision, or like, oh, what if it's the wrong decision? What if it doesn't work out? And the reality is, like, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not black and white. God has made you a powerful person to make powerful decisions, and you get to partner with him. He's not this tricky God of being like, oops, you made a wrong decision, I'm not gonna forgive you, done
forever.
Yeah, we've seen, like, as we've stepped out in faith and things, like, and it's felt scary, we've stepped out in risk, it's always worked out. I'm not saying to go just like do something crazy.
But you have probably, in the last 3 months, chances are that you've been presented with an opportunity that you need. And you talk to that one person that always shuts down your dreams, that always shuts down your...
Or you just talk yourself out of it.
And you talk yourself out of it. And that was another opportunity missed. And we long for you to see your healing, mostly. Mm-hmm. We long to see people whole and walking and influencing for the kingdom's sake. We long to see this world healed.
Because we believe that, like, from that place of healing, you can transform the world around you. You can walk in your God-given calling.
Right, and this is all at the same time. I believe that prayer is an active thing. It's not, Jesus actually spoke to the Pharisees for praying on the street. He said, you have your reward in full, but I tell you, go pray in your closet and then go out. And I believe that, like, so many of us are, praying so much because we feel like it's the spiritual and right thing to do. But then now what? Are you actually becoming an answer to people's problems? Like, God put us on the earth to take dominion, to impact, to change the world around us with his presence in us. So what are we doing with that? Mm-hmm. And it's not going to look like, not everyone's going to look the same. Mm-hmm. You could be that person who has taken the risk, you're doing it. Sometimes a risk feels like a setback, and then later on down the road, you figure out, oh wow, that actually had purpose in the long run, and I didn't realize it in the moment. It felt like a setback.
And something I was just thinking about, I think you know this story better than me. This has nothing to do with us, but someone who's so inspiring is Elon Musk. Elon Musk created Tesla. He created PayPal. He sold PayPal. But what I want to say is he sold PayPal, and if I'm right, he took all of that and put it toward creating Tesla. Like,
he didn't spend a penny of it.
A self-driving car. That would feel like really risky.
It wouldn't be advisable.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Because he was putting all of his money into something that may or may not work out. But he's changing the world, literally.
He's changing
technology.
Everything. Infrastructure, laws, through his bold movement, because he was seeing the future. He wasn't only thinking about...
Yeah, and there's, like, if you want to accomplish something great, you're going to have to do something you've never done before.
Mm-hmm. Do that scary thing.
You can't stay in your comfort zone and do safe thing and expect incredible results.
You get, when you live safe, you get safe results, right? You get boring life. That's what you get. When you take great action, you get great results. It's see, this is not I'm sure you can find a proverb in the Bible. This is how God made it. You know, the Bible, the Proverbs says, like, this is what's coming to mind. Proverbs says, a little sleep and a little slumber and you become poor. See, like, we aren't taking the action that we need to. Like, Proverbs talks about that a lot. He talks about industrious go-getters, like, prosper and become kings. And, you know, I'm thinking about Joseph, and, you know, he was a slave and he became ruler. And he didn't become a ruler by praying. He became a ruler by working hard, and he had a great reputation. And I know he prayed too, right? Daniel was actually known for praying all the time, but he also had great actions, actions and influence, and he took great risk. Don't think for a moment that he felt confident about, like, interpreting that dream. Like, he was taking big risk.
Joseph, yeah.
No, Daniel too. He interpreted a dream.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah.
And that's how he became, actually, Daniel
right.
became head of
the magicians.
It wasn't
right?
a Christian organization. He became head of the magicians in the castle, which most people would turn that job because they would think it's not spiritual enough, right? This is a crazy story. Think about it. Daniel got placed head of the magicians, and he got to make a huge influence because he didn't put it in a box. He used his influence, his godly influence. He didn't compromise. He was known for not compromising on his godliness, and that brought him great position, but he was active.
Yeah.
So this is not to belittle prayer, but I think the church is doing good enough at prayer. I think we've had plenty of sermons on intimacy and needing to pray more, but where is our, like, I'm just talking about America alone. Our country's decreasing in influence.
As Christians,
we're moving into a lot of immorality, and I believe it's not because of anything, but Christians are just hiding in the four walls of the church. We need you to fulfill your God-given calling. This is what it looks like to lay down your cross, is for you to be courageous and take risk in the world. Yeah. Give me some of your thoughts. I know this is controversial, but tell me your thoughts. I'd like you to, if you're interested in taking risk and you're ready to heal your heart, to discover your calling, I'd ask that you put yes down in the comments if you're ready to do that, and we'll book a call with you. Also, I would encourage you, if any quote stood out in this video, just write it down, and we would love to hear your thoughts and what stood out to you. What are you thinking? Yeah, I just believe that there's someone, or even two people, that really need to hear this today. There's going to be opportunities that come your way that seem too good to be true, and they aren't.
Or there's going to be opportunities that will involve risk, and it seems scary, and
right.
It's supposed to be scary. It's not supposed to be safe.
And that'll
grow you.
That's your kind of risk. It's for you, because God's asking you to step out and trust Him. You know, that's what Peter did. He stepped out of the boat, and he started sinking. All he had was God in that moment.
Yeah, but he stepped out of the boat in faith, trusting God, and it
he
was
walked for a while.
it was whenever he looked at his surroundings that he began sinking.
So we're really excited to see what happens in your life, and we're really excited to see this world impacted by what God's put in you. So write yes in the comments if you're interested in jumping on the phone with us. We love you guys. We're excited to see where God takes you.